Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Daily 11 at 7. Let's get started with two bills passed by the Georgia legislature this year have conflicting messages about guns on school campuses. The first bill was signed by the governor on April 22nd and is meant to do away with the zero tolerance policies on school campuses, allowing instead for administrators to dole out punishment to violators on a case-by-case basis. But the bill also allows licensed gun owners with permits to carry firearms onto all school properties. That includes college campuses. Now, the second bill was signed by the governor the very next day, April 23rd. It's the more well-known Guns Everywhere bill. It allows permitted gun owners to take their weapons most places except on school campuses. Both bills are signed into law. They're set to take effect July 1st. But which is it? Guns allowed on campus or not? Joining me is State Senator Vincent Fort and Attorney John Monroe, the Vice President and the attorney for Georgia Carey. Thank you, gentlemen, both for being here. Yesterday, the governor and Attorney General issued a statement saying that the second bill supersedes the first because it was signed into law a day later. In other words, a new law supersedes the old law. But, John, I have to start with you. Georgia Carey is planning to file a lawsuit. Why?
Well, first of all, I'm not sure it's true that Georgia Carey is planning to file a lawsuit, although there is inevitably going to be litigation over this matter. But you don't even look at which bill was signed first unless you first identify an irreconcilable conflict, and there is no such conflict between the two bills.
So when you say there's going to be likely legal action, what are you talking about if not a lawsuit?
Well, somebody on July 1st or shortly thereafter is likely to carry a gun onto a school or college campus and be arrested.
I see. So you're waiting for a test of the law. All right, let me turn to you, State Senator Fort. Do they have any case at all? I mean, the governor has said, the Attorney General has said as well, that the most recent law signed, which was a day later, is the one that trumps the older one.
Let me say this. Where John and I do agree is that it's going to be litigated. It's going to be decided by a judge. But I think what this also shows is that Governor Deal and Sam Olens and that crowd, I don't know if they know what they're doing. I mean, we saw some of the same things with the discussion of the expansion of Stand Your Ground in the Guns Everywhere law. Now we're at this point, and there's this...
But I have to turn that back on you as well. I mean, you're one of those who voted for both of these bills.
No, I voted against both of them.
Well, not you, but your colleagues. Your colleagues passed both of these bills, and they are conflicting. So how does that happen? I mean,
well,
do they not read the things they vote on?
It just shows that the Republican Party is in the thrall of the gun lobby and Georgia Carey, and they're not able or willing to do the kind of scrutiny.
How did this happen?
You know, I voted against them. I spoke against them. I don't have the answer to that. You're going to have to ask Governor Deal and Sam Olens, why didn't they say these things before these two bills?
Right, two bills, that conflicting bills, very clearly conflicting.
It's no way to do the people's business at the state capitol.
I will have to explain to our viewers, though, that the first bill, the original intent was to sort of give leeway to school administrators on how they would handle mostly students who bring weapons on campus, whether it be a gun, a BB gun, or even a knife, to give them a case-by-case ability to dole out punishment. And then there was some parameter put around, you know, the drop-off and the pickup point of on school campuses for parents. What if they're carrying their guns? That was in the original bill. That somehow got taken out.
I sit in the Judiciary Committee, and I remember House Bill 826 coming through, and I raised these issues. Is this a way? And I think there were people, including the sponsors, who knew this, it was intentional. But I asked that question, will this allow guns on campuses? They disagreed, but I think they knew that it would.
All right, so I have to go back to you, John. Let me just ask you, why not just wait until the next legislative session to put, because I know you all really wanted guns to be allowed on college campuses. That got taken out of Guns Everywhere bill. So why not just wait to put that piece of it in the next legislative session and do it cleanly, rather than to plan on litigation over this?
Well, it's in the law now. There's nothing to wait for. And I disagree with you saying that they're clearly in conflict. I don't believe they are. There is no conflict between the two bills.
Brenda, you have to remember, John and Georgia Carey believe that guns ought to be everywhere, except in two places, jails prisons. So we're debating that issue. Should we have guns on college campuses and K through 12 education?
Yeah.
Georgia Carey, the Republican Party, believes we should. 75% of the public, through your poll, says it shouldn't.
July 1st, both these bills are going to go into effect. What's going to happen?
We're past the public policy debate. The laws have been passed. Now it's a matter of what they mean. And I think it's pretty clear House Bill 826 decriminalizes carrying on school property for people with licenses.
Of course, you disagree with that. And this is going to cost the state a lot of money.
Hundreds of thousands, if not millions.
One way or the other, it's going to cost the state a lot of money to fight. All right, gentlemen, we have to leave it there. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.